Are you truly prepared for the unexpected? While you may have stocked up on the basics like food, water, and first aid, what if I told you there are crucial tools you might have forgotten? Stay tuned as we shed light on these often overlooked gems that could be the key to your survival strategy. Join us as we reveal the 15 essential items that could make all the difference during a crisis. 15. The tactical pen. When we talk about being prepared for the unexpected, a tactical pen is often underestimated, but packs a serious punch in terms of utility. Crafted from aircraft-grade aluminum, the same material used in planes, these pens are incredibly durable. This ensures they hold up under pressure, whether breaking glass or being used in self-defense. In a world where personal safety is paramount, a tactical pen provides a discreet yet effective way to protect yourself. Designed for a firm grip and use as a stabbing tool, it can target pressure points or act as a force multiplier. The best part? It doesn't scream weapon, making it suitable for almost any situation. In emergencies like a car accident with a jammed seatbelt and windows that won't open, the glass breaking feature comes into play. A swift strike with the pointed end of your tactical pen can shatter a window, potentially saving your life. Additionally, it's a reliable pen for jotting down notes, marking trails, or writing emergency messages. A small yet versatile tool that could make a significant difference in your safety and survival. 14. Emergency cash. As crucial as food, water, and weapons are, having a stash of emergency cash is equally vital. Life is unpredictable, and unexpected expenses can arise. From car breakdowns to medical emergencies, cash remains a valuable barter item, offering flexibility in times of crisis. According to a recent Bankrate survey, a significant minority of Americans lack emergency savings for a $1,000 crisis. Without an emergency fund, one missed paycheck can lead to disaster. Experts recommend having enough cash to cover 1 month of living expenses, stored in various inconspicuous locations around your home. Creativity is key when deciding where to stash your cash. Consider options like a small fireproof safe in the basement marked as winter clothes, or painting supplies, a thermos or stainless steel water bottle buried in camping gear, or even an empty freeze-dried food can on a shelf with unopened food. The more creative you are, the safer your cash may be. Remember, never keep your emergency cash stored in an easily accessible or identifiable location, especially not in a master bedroom. 13. The multi-tool or survival knife. These are specifically designed for use in wilderness environments, especially in emergency situations where the user has lost most of their main equipment. They serve multiple functions, including trapping, skinning, woodcutting, and even hunting. These knives come in various forms, from heavy-bladed and thick to lightweight or foldable for easy portability, as part of a larger survival kit. In addition to their utility in outdoor activities, survival knives are increasingly considered backup defensive weapons by preppers, capable of defending against both human and animal threats in life or death situations. When considering a survival knife, certain qualities are essential. It should be portable, easy to use without complex processes, maintain a sharp edge, and be sturdy enough to withstand tough conditions without breaking or bending. These basic qualities ensure that your knife is reliable when you need it most. 12. Lighters. While matches are a common choice for starting fires, they have limitations. They can easily be blown out by wind and are not waterproof, making them less reliable in certain conditions. Waterproof matches offer some improvement, but may still fall short compared to lighters. Lighters are often preferred for their longevity and better burning capability. They are more durable and provide a consistent flame, making them a valuable tool in survival situations. However, if lighters are unavailable, flint or ferro rods can serve as alternative fire-starting methods. 11. The signal mirror whistle. While food, water, and shelter are undoubtedly crucial in survival situations, the ability to signal for help should not be overlooked. Imagine surviving the initial stages of a crisis, but being unable to attract rescuers. That's where the signal mirror and whistle come in. A signal mirror, when correctly aimed to reflect sunlight, can catch the attention of rescue teams from miles away, serving as a silent cry for help. Similarly, a loud whistle can cut through the chaos of a survival situation, alerting rescuers or fellow survivors to your location. Despite their simplicity, signal mirrors and whistles are incredibly effective tools. They are lightweight, compact, and easy to use, making them essential additions to any survival kit. While they may not seem as immediately crucial as food and shelter, they could ultimately be the difference between life and death. 10. The Portable Soil Testing Kit. This might sound like something only garden enthusiasts would use, but trust me, it's much more than that. In a world where growing your own food might become necessary, understanding the soil beneath your feet becomes crucial. Soil isn't just dirt. It's a complex ecosystem that determines whether your crops will flourish or fail. The pH level of your soil, for example, can greatly impact your gardening efforts. Some plants thrive in acidic oil, while others prefer alkaline conditions. Without knowing the pH of your soil, you're basically guessing if your plants will grow successfully. But it's not just about pH levels. The nutrient content of your soil is equally important. If your soil lacks essential nutrients like nitrogen, phosphorus, or potassium, your plants won't thrive. A portable soil testing kit can reveal these crucial details, helping you understand what your soil needs to become fertile ground for your crops. In a survival scenario, you might not be working with your backyard soil. You could find yourself on entirely unfamiliar land, where planting crops without knowing the soil composition would be a waste of time and resources. By testing your soil, you can tailor your farming strategies effectively, ensuring you know which crops will thrive and how to amend the soil to support others. This isn't just gardening advice, it's about sustaining life when resources are scarce. Successful farming could be the difference between thriving and barely surviving. 9. The Collapsible Fishing Rod with a Tackle Kit. When we think about survival situations, especially in the wild, we often overlook the importance of a good fishing setup. Sure, many survival kits come with the basics, some line, a few hooks, maybe a sinker or two, but if you're relying on nature for your meals, you'll want more than just the basics. Imagine being near a river, lake, or coast. These places are teeming with fish, an excellent source of protein. But catching them with just a line and hook is limiting. That's where a collapsible fishing rod with a tackle kit comes in handy. This isn't just any rod. It's designed for situations where space and weight are critical. You can carry it without even noticing the extra weight, and when you need it, it's ready to go. But the real game changer here is the versatility it offers. With different fishing techniques and a thoughtfully assembled tackle kit, you're not just dropping a line and hoping for the best, you're actively engaging with your environment to increase your chances of a catch. The tackle kit isn't just a random assortment of pieces. It's carefully selected to offer a wide range of options for different fish and scenarios. This setup allows for more sophisticated fishing techniques, ensuring you're not just surviving, you're thriving in a long-term survival situation. By increasing your chances of catching fish and the right kind of fish for your nutritional needs, you're setting yourself up for success in the wild. 8. EMP Protection Bags. In today's world, where we rely so much on technology, the idea of an electromagnetic pulse or EMP attack or a massive solar flare isn't just science fiction. It's a real possibility, and frankly, a scary one. Imagine everything electronic you depend on daily suddenly becoming useless. Your phones, computers, radios, and even sophisticated survival gear. That's where protection becomes crucial. You've probably heard of Faraday cages. They're not just for high-tech labs or military installations. A Faraday cage acts like a shield against electromagnetic interference, protecting your essential electronics. But carrying around a big metal box isn't practical. That's where EMP protection bags come in. They're portable, user-friendly, and do the same job, keeping your devices safe from electromagnetic harm. Think about how crucial this could be in a massive power outage or societal disruption. Having a working phone, radio, or GPS could mean the difference between staying connected and being completely in the dark. It's essential to consider these protective measures, not out of paranoia, but out of preparedness. 7. Hand crank power generator. One thing that often gets overlooked is how we'll manage without electricity. Sure, solar power is an option, but it's not always reliable. What if it's cloudy for days and you're in a place where the sun barely peeks through the trees? That's where a hand crank power generator becomes a game changer. This isn't just another gadget. It's a lifeline in situations where traditional power sources are off the table. You're literally turning your physical effort into electricity. With just a few minutes of cranking, you can power essential electronics like radios and flashlights, keeping you connected and safe. You might think hand cranking for power sounds like a lot of work, but modern hand crank generators are designed for efficiency. They're compact, lightweight, and easy to use. Plus, the peace of mind and independence they offer are absolutely worth the effort. These generators are incredibly versatile, working in all weather conditions and situations, from overcast skies to dense forests. 6. Solar oven, solar cooker. In today's eco-conscious era, where sustainability is at the forefront of our minds, the idea of a solar oven or solar cooker truly resonates. In the U.S., a land of varied landscapes and climates, the significance of this eco-friendly device is profound. In situations where traditional fuel sources are scarce or depleted, a solar oven becomes essential. By harnessing the sun's energy, you can cook food and boil water without smoke or fuel. It's a game changer. No electricity, no gas, no firewood. Solar cookers speak directly to our need to be more self-reliant and environmentally conscious. These cookers also offer environmental benefits by reducing emissions and deforestation. They're versatile, effective in various weather conditions, and align perfectly with our commitment to protecting the planet. Whether you're a camper, survival enthusiast, or someone looking to reduce their carbon footprint, a solar oven is an investment in a more sustainable, self-sufficient future, something we should all strive for. 5. Thermal blanket and Bivvy. We all know the basic emergency blanket, that thin, shiny silver material. It's a staple in many emergency kits, and for a good reason. But when we're talking about survival, especially in harsh, cold environments, it's crucial to understand why upgrading to a high-quality thermal blanket or a thermal bivvy can make a significant difference. First off, let's talk about thermal blankets. These aren't your average blankets. They're specifically designed to retain body heat much more effectively. This is a big deal when you're in a situation where maintaining your body temperature is the difference between a risky situation and a manageable one. Unlike basic emergency blankets, which are often just a thin layer, high-quality thermal blankets have advanced materials that not only reflect back your body heat, but also minimize heat loss to the environment. This can be a game changer in cold conditions. Now, onto the thermal bivvy. Think of it as a step up from the thermal blanket. A bivvy or bivouac sack is essentially a lightweight, small sleeping bag. But it's not just any sleeping bag. It's designed for emergencies. It's like a personal cocoon that offers significantly more coverage and insulation than a standard emergency blanket. This is crucial in extreme conditions. The more of your body you can protect from the elements, the better. The thermal bivvy wraps around you, creating a barrier that not only traps in your body heat, but also shields you from wind, rain, or snow. It's like having a portable shelter. I can't stress enough the importance of being prepared for the unexpected, especially in environments where the weather can turn harsh. Hypothermia is a real danger. It sneaks up on you, and once it sets in, it can be tough to recover. 4. Seed vault. Many of us are great at stockpiling non-perishable food items, which is fantastic for short-term emergencies. But what happens when those supplies start to dwindle? That's where the concept of a seed vault comes into play, and it's something you really should consider. A seed vault isn't some high-tech, complicated thing. It's essentially a collection of non-GMO heirloom seeds. These seeds are the key to growing your vegetables and other crops. Now, why heirloom non-GMO seeds, you might ask? These seeds are known for their purity and sustainability. They haven't been modified in any way, which means you can save the seeds from the plants you grow and use them to grow new crops year after year. This is a level of food security that canned goods just can't provide. Another critical aspect of these seeds is how they're packed. They're not just thrown into a bag and sold. These seeds are carefully packaged for long-term storage. This means they're sealed in a way that keeps moisture and pests out, ensuring they remain viable, capable of growing into plants for years, sometimes even decades. This isn't just throwing a few packets of seeds in your pantry and hoping for the best. This is about having a well-preserved, diverse collection of seeds that you can rely on when the going gets tough. Now, think about the diversity of seeds in a typical seed vault. You're not just looking at one type of vegetable or crop. A good seed vault will have a variety of seeds, ensuring you can grow a range of produce. This diversity is crucial, not just for nutritional balance, but also for crop rotation and soil health. Growing the same crop repeatedly can deplete the soil, but with a variety of seeds, you can rotate your crops, keeping the soil healthy and productive. 3. Portable solar charger. Whether you're on a hiking trip that takes an unexpected turn, or facing a natural disaster that cuts off your regular power supply, the value of a portable solar charger with an integrated battery just can't be overstated. Let's dive a bit deeper into why this gadget isn't just another item in your survival kit, but a potential lifesaver. Firstly, the integrated battery is a game changer. Traditional solar chargers are great when the sun's out, but what happens when it sets or when thick clouds roll in? That's where the integrated battery comes into play. It stores the energy harnessed during sunny periods, ensuring you have a power reserve when you need it most. Think about being stuck in a situation where you desperately need to use your phone or GPS after dark. With this device, you're not left scrambling or powerless. Now let's talk about the balance between portability and capacity. It's a fine line, right? You're looking for something that won't weigh you down as you trek through the wilderness or navigate through a crisis. But at the same time, it needs to pack enough punch and keep your essential gadgets running. This isn't just about convenience, it's about safety and preparedness. Your communication devices, GPS, and other small electronics are your lifelines in off-grid scenarios. They connect you to the rest of the world, help you find your way, and can even signal for help in emergencies. 2. Manual water desalinator. Now, many of you might have water stockpiled, and that's great. You might even have filters for freshwater sources. But here's a scenario that doesn't get enough attention. What if you're surrounded by water, oceans or seas, and you can't drink a single drop of it? This is where a manual water desalinator becomes not just useful, but potentially life-saving. In coastal or maritime environments, or even in situations where a disaster has struck, and you're near the ocean, freshwater sources might be contaminated or just plain unavailable. This is a real concern, especially in areas prone to natural disasters like hurricanes or floods that can compromise water systems. And it's not just about being out at sea, though that's a critical scenario too. Coastal dwellers or anyone who might find themselves needing to travel near or across the ocean in a survival situation needs to hear this. A manual water desalinator isn't your average water filter. Regular filters are great for removing bacteria and parasites from fresh water, but they can't do anything about salt water. Drinking salt water as is can be incredibly dangerous, leading to dehydration and a host of other serious health issues. This is where the desalinator comes into play. It's specifically designed to remove salt and other minerals, turning that undrinkable ocean water into something you can safely drink. Think about the implications of this in a disaster scenario, when your regular water sources are off limits, and all you have is the ocean stretching out in front of you. A manual water desalinator isn't just another item in your kit, it's your lifeline. It's the difference between staying hydrated and healthy or facing severe dehydration in an already tough situation. Now, I know what some of you might be thinking. I don't live near the coast. I'll never be on a boat. Why should I care? Fair point. But consider this. Emergencies and disasters aren't always predictable. You might find yourself needing to travel for safety, and your route could take you to coastal areas or require crossing bodies of water. In these cases, having a manual water desalinator with you could be crucial. 1. Quality respirator or gas mask. I know many of you have basic dust masks or surgical masks tucked away in your emergency kits or medicine cabinets. They're common, and they're better than nothing for certain situations. But when we're dealing with serious scenarios, think chemical spills, biological threats, or natural disasters like wildfires or volcanic eruptions. Those basic masks just won't cut it. Here's the deal. In these extreme situations, the air quality can deteriorate rapidly and become dangerously toxic. We're talking about a range of harmful particles that can pose serious health risks, from respiratory issues to more severe long-term consequences. This is where a high-quality respirator or gas mask comes into play. Unlike basic masks, these are designed to filter out a wide spectrum of harmful particles, offering you much more protection. Now, choosing the right model is key. It's not just about picking any respirator or gas mask off the shelf. You need one that's capable of filtering out the specific types of particles you might encounter. And let's not forget about replacement filters. It's not enough to just have the mask. You need an adequate supply of filters, because these will need to be replaced regularly to ensure your mask remains effective. But owning a high-quality respirator or gas mask isn't the end of the story. It's equally important to understand how to use it properly. This isn't like putting on a simple dust mask. You need to know how to fit it correctly, how to check the seals, and how to maintain it. Improper use can lead to a false sense of security, which can be just as dangerous as not having a mask at all. I can't emphasize enough the seriousness of being prepared for these kinds of emergencies. Chemical, biological, smoke, and ash threats are real, and they can happen unexpectedly. In the United States, we've seen our share of wildfires and industrial accidents. The air quality during such events can be harmful, and, in some cases, downright lethal. This isn't about causing panic, it's about being smart and staying safe in the face of a disaster. If you want to make sure you're ready for anything to come, watch the video on screen now, where we reveal 8 items that you should get ASAP before they become illegal.